Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So you can see that the task list up for Alliance tournaments. And yes, I do have one selected. 7,000 Galactic recruit tokens. Try to acquire those. Yes. You know the title of the video by now. Is obscure a little bit of an over-exaggeration? Sure, but it sounded nice. There are some very little and potentially undiscovered ways of how to score for these 10,000 point event tasks. Not events, tasks. We'll be talking about one way, yes, to get the Galactic Recruit tokens, materials, and though it's not up, temporal disruptors. I did that one yesterday. At this point, I know, because I am, that a lot of you are, running through a lot of the loot that maybe you have been hoarding for an Alliance tournament. And yeah, I'm definitely, especially the NX-01 chips. Going through them real fast. Call your attention to your bonus converter tokens. Now, this really only works if you're a G6 player, but it's something I only recently thought of and did, so it does work. See, I have 36 converter tokens. Come in here to your converter. Now, it really only works if you have extra. And if you are sure of a, let's say, material that you have a bit of a surplus on. Now, I'm not going to say that I have a surplus on crystal, but if I'm aiming for 66 shipyard, I know I'm either really close on the uncommon crystal or already have enough. And if I even need more, it's only like 2,000 more. You will spend one of these converter tokens. Yeah, that's why you want to make sure you have enough of those. Now, if you can look at the numbers here, 750. If you do 3 of these, 3 tokens, you finish a task. Let's do this just to show you. And then X minus 1, which is weird that it's X minus 1, but whatever. And as you can see, not a cooldown. Now, I don't know if you're limited to 4 a day or 5 a day or whatever. I haven't gotten there yet, but as far as I can tell, it is tokens. These converter tokens. Now, could you potentially, throughout a whole Alliance tournament, could you do 3 crystal into gas, then 3 gas into ore, and then 3 ore into crystal? Sure, you could do that. That's 9 tokens. It's 3 tasks completed. And you didn't gain or lose any materials. If that's something that maybe you want to do this, but are unsure if you really have a surplus, could you do it in such a way that you have a net gain or a net nothing? You net 0. Your material totals stay the same, but yet you completed the 3 tasks. Is it worth 9 tokens to you? Something you are going to have to decide. But it is one way to do this. Let's back out here. I will go to the Galactic Recruit tokens at some point, I promise. And yeah, I did go to the right spot. Okay. Something I did yesterday. Now, I have mentioned this in one of my videos before. Exchanging extra. Here we got an orb, prophecy, and change. You see the ones in gold here are the ones that I have at level 8 or higher. Here, what is this? Orb of time. Orb of emissary. Great Eye of Era. Nero's Trident. You can exchange these artifacts and 2 temporal disruptors. Now, if you have enough, and you're going to need a lot, I had about 30 of each of these. How many Nero Tridents did I have? I want to say I had about 40 Nero Tridents. And I had about 150 Great Eye Arrows. So, is it a lot? Sure. It's a lot. You need to get to 15,000. But can you? Think about it this way. If you have 100 Great Eye of Arrows, you just put 2 zeros behind this. 6,000. So if you had, let's say, 300 Great Eye of Arrows, that's, or a Ra. Ara. I think a Ra would have an H in it. I don't know. That would be 18,000, which is more than 15,000. Sure, you could absolutely do it this way. I've done it this way before. One thing you're going to want to do is do the math first. You don't want to just click the button and then go in here and try to do this, and then, oh shit, I'm like 10 orb of times short. You definitely want to do the math first. You just multiply whatever number's up here, the little green rectangle thing, by 60 or whatever it says you get. And yes, you can do this multiple times. There's no cooldown here. Alright, so let's get to how I'm going to get the Galactic Recruit tokens. May not be something that everybody can do. Does depend on how much of these emergency field rations you have used. Can you do it with Syndicate XP? Sure. Do I have enough right now? Because what is the task? 225,000, I think. What? I can pull the max chest pull 18 times. I think. Yeah. 2,000 divide 36,000 is 18. So I could do this one 18 times for a total of 180 chests. So 180 times 1125 equals 200,000 and 2,500. So I'm close. Not too far away from that. Can you get another 20,000 somewhere? Potentially. I have spent some of these emergency field rations on something. I don't even remember what. I'm glad I somewhat forgot about them. Because to a certain extent, if you're looking at right now, how many emergency field rations does it cost to do one task? Now to do 225,000 Syndicate XP, take more than 36,000. How many would it take? I want to say it would take 40,000. Because it was 200,000. Say add another, it would be 11,000 twice. Yeah, so it would be about 40,000 field rations to be able to do the Syndicate XP task. Now, you could combine that with some of your other Syndicate pulls. You could. But you come in here, pulling this chest 10 times. Gets me 8,000. That is 1,000 more than what I need. And it's only 22,000 field rations. So it's cheaper to do the Galactic Recruit token. Now you would have to decide which one you want. I mean, are you okay with getting an extra 200,000 Syndicate XP? Or would you rather have the Galactic Recruit token? It's up to you. Something you're going to have to decide. For me, it is about what it's costing me. It's costing me much less emergency field rations to get the Galactic Recruit tokens, even though I don't like them that much, than it does the Syndicate XP. Because of the primes I've gotten, some of them I've paid for, and some of them I've gotten through Alliance Tournament Store. I get 42,000 a day just for my daily claim. So I'm doing good there. Are there other ways? Yeah, there's, you know what? There's actually temporal artifact that actually increases that. So there you go. That's something you could do. So how many do I need? I need 9. Because 9 times 800 is 7,200. Which would be just under 20,000 field rations. So let's go ahead and do this. There's 4,000. This is my, it does say event progress. It is my task progress. Let's pull this, another 4 times. Alright, so I'm up to 4,800 to 5,600, 6,400. Yep. And one more time. No banner popped up because I'm done. Now, what did that cost me? Just under 20,000, I think. Sure, nah. Yeah, it should have been 19,700. Sound about right to you? Sounds about right to me. And I can confirm. Scared the shit out of me for a moment, because until you actually do this, do you actually know that it works? No, you don't. Because you use some other currency to get some other currency that it told you to get. When, of course, the people running this game are probably like, well, we want you to buy this. So if you don't buy a pack, does this actually work? I don't know. I was about to say, I can confirm that it actually works now. And it's like, where's the button? The button did pop up. It took a minute, but it did. You can see, bam, collect. And yeah, I do have over 500,000 rerolled tokens. I do a shit ton of these tasks. The more of these 10,000 tasks, 10,000 point tasks you get, the more rerolls you get. So helping you or giving you some ideas of what you can do to do these free to play. Oh yeah, that's more shit for you. 4,400 Alliance Tournament credits. You can get a lot of shit in there. Or you can get some good stuff in there. Wrapping this video up here, showing you a few very little known, let's call it that, ways to score in these 10,000 point tasks. Talking about the bonus material converter. It really only works if you're G6. Sorry. Yeah, using multi-phasic credits could do that, but I feel like we probably knew that one a little bit. There is a temporal disruptors task, which I have mentioned. Yeah, you need 15,000. It's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. You could go in there and exchange extra temporal artifacts that you may have into temporal disruptors. You are going to need a lot, so make sure you do the math. And you can spend emergency field rations. You can either do Syndicate XP, which is going to cost you more field rations, or you can do the Galactic Recruit claim for much less than it costs to do the... Actually, it's half as much. You could do 2 of those Galactic Recruit tasks for one of those Syndicate tasks. Now, can you combine with other things? Sure. Yeah, don't spend all of it in field rations. Go get your daily claim for Syndicate XP. Go get your... Where the hell are they all at? Your Section 31 claim. Is there one in the X board? Go get one from the X board. Sure. Maybe claim a Battle Pass reward that has some Syndicate XP. You could. And the purpose here was to, yes, show you these little known ways, because we're running out of currency. Even somebody like me that says, I do the shit out of these tasks. running out of the currency I use. Multi-phasic credits are gone. Well, not completely gone. Real low on the little opportunity chips for the uncommon exports. So you got to find some of these little known ways. Or, not get rewards. I don't want to do that. Hopefully helps you out. Comment below, have you used any emergency field rations at all? Did you remember that they exist? Have you used emergency field rations to complete any of these tasks? Have you used your little converter for your temporal artifacts into temporal disruptors? Can you think of any other obscure way to score in some of these 10,000 point tasks? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.